Do you want to know what the easiest side hustle is that requires $0 to start and can make you thousands of dollars per month? It's not freelancing, that's too time consuming. It's not dropshipping, that requires inventory. And it's definitely not crypto because it's way too intense. That's digital products. And I'm about to show you why they're the ultimate passive income stream. So I generated over $3,000 last month from digital products, and in today's video, I'm breaking down the exact system that allows anyone, yes, even if you're a complete beginner, to create, market, and sell digital products that solve real problems. Hey guys, if you're new here, my name is Jo, and I help creators with digital products, passive income, and tech. And the best digital product side hustle that you can start for free, in my opinion, is creating and selling your very own digital products. Most of us start in what I call the ordinary world of side hustles. I'm talking about things like delivering food after your full-time job, selling handmade crafts at markets, or just staying up late finishing freelance projects. I've done the freelancing gig, I've been there, done that, and I remember those days where I would count every hour that I worked because that directly translated into how much money I made. And honestly, trading time for money never really worked out for me. And here lies the problem with these traditional side hustles. They create that never-ending cycle where you're consistently trading your precious time for money. And something that you can never get back is your time. So with these side hustles, if you want to make more money, you have to work more hours. But there's only 24 hours in a day, and you need to sleep, and at some point, potentially have a life. But digital products completely flip this model on its head. Instead of selling your time over and over again, you create something valuable once, and you can sell it an unlimited number of times. And the most amazing thing about digital products is you don't need to be some tech genius or have expensive equipment to get started. I created my first successful digital product just using Canva, so you don't need any coding skills or fancy software or even startup money. But what you do need is a simple system that works. And after countless failures and frustrating moments, I can tell you I've been there and done that. And I discovered a 3-step approach that consistently brings in sales. I'll break down this exact system later on in this video, so make sure to stick around. So what exactly is this magical side hustle that requires $0 to start? Well, it's creating and selling knowledge-based digital products. Think things like PDFs, templates, guides, or mini courses. These can be anything from meal planning templates to social media strategy guides to design templates. The possibilities are literally endless, and they all start with the knowledge that you already have. But the most common reaction that I get to digital products is doubt. People say things like, Jo, I don't have any special skills that people would actually pay for. And I hear it all the time. And honestly, it used to be my exact thinking too. But here's the thing. The most profitable digital products really come from regular people like you and me who have solved specific problems that others are desperately trying to figure out. And let me tell you something that might surprise you. When I created my first successful digital product, I wasn't the best creator out there. I wasn't even close to being the best creator. I was actually initially struggling to sell my digital product, but that struggle led to my biggest breakthrough. Because most beginners make a critical mistake. They create products that they think people want instead of solving problems people actually have. And I learned this the hard way. I spent hours creating all these low-ticket digital products, and I was convinced that they would sell like crazy. And I thought to myself, this is exactly what everybody needs. I was so excited to launch them all. And then silence. Complete silence. Not even a single sale. It was pretty soul-crushing. But when I stopped assuming and I started asking, I ended up reaching out to a small audience with a simple question. And that question was, what's your biggest struggle right now? And their answers actually blew me away. And that's when I realized I needed to create a solution that solved an exact problem that they were telling me about. And that's when my products took off, because I solved a real problem that was keeping people up at night. This is what I call the one step ahead principle. You don't need to be 100 steps of someone to help them, you just need to be one step ahead. And if you think about it, when you get stuck on something, do you always go to the world's foremost expert, or do you ask someone that's just figured it out themselves? That person who's just ahead of you often explains things in the most relatable and easy to understand way. So here's my super simple problem solution system that has worked for me. First, you want to identify a specific audience that you're drawn to or are already a part of. Second, you want to listen carefully to the complaints, questions, and frustrations. So you can check things like Facebook groups, Reddit, or YouTube comments. And third, think about which of these problems that you personally overcome or you have experience or knowledge in. Actually, speaking of solving problems, here's something about digital products that most people think. They think that you need all these really fancy tools and to spend all this money on creating and marketing and selling your digital products, but that is actually not true. Most beginners get lost in this maze of marketing tactics or design or all these tools, and it really just takes 3 fundamental steps that anyone can implement today. So let's talk about these steps. The first step is you want to create valuable content that attracts your ideal customers. You don't even have to use YouTube if you don't want to. You can use any social media platform that's free. This is how you build an audience who trusts you and sees you as someone who can help solve their problem. And you don't have to post daily or have really fancy camera equipment. I think that when you post social media content, quality beats lots of posts every day. But it's really important to engage with your audience. So do you want to know my secret to being consistent on social media without burning out? Well, I use YouTube and I script and I bullet point all of my videos in advance. Then I dedicate 1 to 2 days a month to filming between 4 and 8 videos. Step 2, build an email list by offering amazing freebies. These could be checklists, templates, guides, anything that gives people a taste of your expertise. When someone loves your social media content, they'll happily exchange their email address for more of your helpful solutions. Think of these freebies as samples of the transformation that you can provide. They're building trust while you're growing your most valuable asset, which is your email list. And your email list is seriously your secret weapon, because unlike social media, you actually own your email list. There's no algorithm changes, you don't have to compete with anyone, there's no platform shutdowns, and you get direct access to the people who've already shown interest in what you offer. Step 3, you want to set up a super simple checkout page and guide your audience towards purchasing your digital product. These days, you don't need a fancy website or a complicated setup. You just need a streamlined way for people to buy from you straight away. I recommend using a tool called System.io because they offer a completely free account for up to 2,000 email subscribers. And when I say a free account, it's free forever. So this means that you can literally start your digital product business without spending a single dollar upfront. So once you have your checkout page set up, you'll send helpful emails to your subscribers that will naturally lead them to your digital product. So all you really need to do is just genuinely help them and guide them towards the premium solution that they're already looking for. And what makes this system work so beautifully is that it's so simple. It creates the perfect cycle. Your social media content brings you new followers, your freebies convert followers into email subscribers, and then your emails guide subscribers to your checkout page. Each element builds on one before it, creating a sustainable engine for consistent income. Now, the beauty of this approach is that scaling becomes really straightforward too. If you want to make more money, drive more traffic to your checkout page. How do you drive more traffic to your checkout page? Get more email subscribers. How do you get more email subscribers? You get more followers and views on social media. It's really a simple numbers game that anyone can play. So here you can see YouTube. That's what I use to drive all of my traffic, and that's how I create trust and build a rapport with my audience. System.io, here is the free plan that you can start with. There are some limitations, but you can still start selling for free. And of course, you can use Canva to create your digital products. You don't have to use Canva though. If you have Excel, you could do something in Excel. If you have Google Docs, you can create something in Google Docs. It is basically the digital file, but those are the tools that you can use and you can start using for free. I also wanted to show you inside my System.io account because I wanted you to know that everybody starts from nothing, okay? So this was my first month and I managed to sell $732 worth of products. I'm not quite sure how, but I did. And that was in February is when I started. So if we fast forward to today, which we are in April in 2005. So I'll just go to say last month because we haven't completed April yet. I did $3,629. So not too shabby, but just so you know that it's real. And there you have it, the easiest digital side hustle that you can start today with absolutely $0. And it's not just theory, it's the exact path that I've used to create my own business that you see today. The beautiful thing is that your journey to passive income starts with a single step, creating that first digital product. Now you know the best digital product side hustle to start for free, you might be wondering, well, what's next? Well, it's time to power up even further, and you can do that by sticking around and watching this next video here. Because when you combine this video with the next video, you're going to level up even further. See you in the next video.